Okay, here we go. We're going to start section 5 of our Design 301 course, and we are finally to the point where you're going to get to work on drawings that are the type that may be most appropriate to you and your field of study. And in so doing, you'll create an industry standard set of drawings, and these will be very simple. They're not going to get everything that you could learn about your industry in week 5 of your section 5 of your introductory course, but you're going to start getting the hang of it. And you'll notice that up until now, we've just used some pretty basic tools, and some of them are a bit cumbersome, particularly using the properties box and maybe having to type out a ton of layers every time you want to start a drawing. So we're at the point now to look at how in industry people use this effectively and efficiently. And we're going to focus on one or two common methods. These are not the only methods in any particular shop or office. They may not be the methods that you use, but this is a good starting point. And many organizations do use these methods. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to be able to choose the drawing set that you want to make, and each of the drawing sets has multiple drawings or views. And so you're going to get a little bit of chance at it. You'll need to use the typical layers or dimensioning standards. And one way that we can do that is using something called the Design Center. If you're working in AutoCAD, you'll have the choice of using the Design Center, or you can use style managers within each drawing. The Design Center just has some preset managed styles in them. And that would be for dimension styles and text styles and leader styles, things that say anytime I put one of these in, they're going to be done a certain way. Okay. And another way that is often used is a preset base file. And sometimes that's a template, and sometimes it's just a file that you open up. In this case, we'll do that with Revit, and it will just be a file for you to start with and start working in. When you're done, you'll put it all into one single package. There will usually be 2 or 3 separate sheets, or maybe even more, to put together that you would give to a client, a boss, a review team, and it will be in one single file. And that file is often something called a PDF file. And we can also use, if you choose, a DWF, Design Web Format. And that's one that's really set up for marking things up. Now, I will say PDF is the most common in industry that I know of. And there are many management tools. DWF was one of the first ones. Autodesk came out with a very, very early one. But it's getting a little bit passed up now with things like Navisworks and Bluebeam, and even just PDF itself has come a long, long way. But to give you a chance, you might wish to work with DWF. You have your choice in this one. So that's what we're going to be doing. Multiple drawings, okay, and views, and they're typical of your industry drawing set. Let's see how that works. Okay, there is a mechanical set, a landscape set, an architectural set in AutoCAD, an architectural set in Revit, and a graphic design set. Now, as you work through those, you're going to choose one of them. You will choose one of these sets, and you'll do that activity. So although there are 5 sets shown here, you will only choose one. And when you go to your workbook, there's a page for you to display all of your good work, okay, for each one. And see here, it says, if you did not do this activity, then delete this page. That will be part of your grade in your workbook to see if you deleted the pages that you did not do. Okay? The other thing that you'll notice that is due is your terminology to do. And even though it's not on this list down here, there is a page for you to put in your discussion board posting. So please remember to do your discussion board posting and put your workbook certification in there. The reason I did that is I've noticed a number of students are not doing their certification, so I'm mentioning it now. You will lose points if you have not certified your work. As a matter of fact, you'll not just lose points, you'll get 0 points if you do not check this box right here. These ones will just be a deduction. You will get 0 points this section if you do not certify your work. Of course, it's easy to get that back. You just resubmit with your certification done. Okay, so there we go. That's what, oh, and these dates are not right. I have to change these dates. I see that I have some of them wrong, but I'll get that done as we go. All right, so I want to show you just a little bit about how that's going to work here. There are things called exemplar files. Some people call them templates, but in Autodesk, that's a different thing. Some people call them base files or root files or home files or start files. But these are files that you can open up and then pull things from as you need them. And what's nice about that is if you have tons of pre-established work already for your company, if you open up that file and start to work with it, you have a very, very, very large file. And an exemplar file allows you to pull just what you want into your drawing. There's a lot of information about that in these demos, but I just want to give you an overall. So here we are, and if I start a new drawing, so here's a new drawing, and I'll make it big so you can see it now. I've also got an open file called my mechanical exemplar. And let's say this is going to be, my drawing 1 is going to be a mechanical drawing. And I want a layout to put my work on. Well, I can go to my mechanical exemplar and layouts, and I can choose which one I want. Let's say I want a B-size layout. There, and it just showed up. There it is. It's there, and it's ready for me to work with. And then I can delete my other ones just to make things clean. So very quickly now, I've got a layout, and I bet you it brought me in a couple of more layers. But maybe I don't have enough layers. Maybe I need some more. I can just pull those right in from my existing drawing and pull in the ones that are missing that I want. And there might be some dim styles. Maybe this drawing will be fractional. So I can pull in fractional dim styles. And it could be that there are blocks that are missing. Maybe I need some general notes in here. Okay, and you've seen this done in certain ways before, just not maybe quite this set up exactly like this. Okay, so you've had some practice with this, but now I'm showing you just a little bit more with these exemplars that you're going to use, all right? And so there is a mechanical and architectural and a landscape. I think I used the same one for architectural and landscape. And then there's also a Revit for you to look at. Okay, and that one is a complete file for you to start with, because Revit inherently has a lot of stuff in it. So that's how this section goes. You'll pick one activity according to the sort of educational emphasis that you're interested in. Everybody will finish up the game sheet, okay, where we're finishing up your icons and things like that. I may have to check and make sure I've got the right one listed in there. And you'll also get a chance to talk about online platforms and how they're used and how they can be used. In this case, I'm doing a demo with Indeed.com, and it's called Jobcast by Indeed. This is not a promotion for it. It's just one of many, but it's one that I can get onto without having to do too much information about myself on it. And they do some nice work. All of the job platforms have something like this, and you are welcome to use any job platform that you choose that has some sort of guidance podcasts on them. So there we go. That's our look at Week 5 assignments. I'll look forward to seeing your excellent work as we move forward. Just know that you will have another chance to either do further, more in-depth work on the industry you chose, or in not Week 5, sorry, that should be Section 5. In Section 5, in Section 6, you'll be able to either do more work on this one that you've chosen or to choose a totally different